Hey, everybody. Oh, this is so great. 1,590. That's how many days we've been doing this. Hello to British Columbia and to Washington State and Ohio and Idaho and Kentucky and the UK. This is amazing. What a community we have started over almost 1,600 days ago. Unbelievable. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Yeah, they're pouring in now. Again, let's oh, I even see some friends. There's Kate. Hi, Kate. Oh, this is just great. There's Sarah in Texas. Thank you, Sarah, for being here. Thanks. Oh, this again, this is blows my mind what you've created. And I am just so happy to be a part of it as we let folks in from all over the world, from the UK, from British Columbia, from Idaho, from Ohio. I know we get to get some Michigan folks in there as well. That's where I'm coming from in Detroit. Who else is here? Come on in. Let's get ready to sing together. All right. Are we ready to get started? Well, again, welcome everybody. My name is Matt Watroba. I'm coming to you from Detroit. I'm here to sing in the audience. We've got very special guests here, as you're about to find out. But I do want to thank very much Carpe Diem Arts for all they've done to keep this thing going. The daily anecdote of song is there's nothing like it, and there will be nothing like it again. This is it, and we're gonna keep this thing strong and healthy. And I am always glad to both be a guest on the show as well as a host. It is a complete privilege, and I can't imagine a better way to celebrate than to have these two folks on. And so we're gonna find out. First of all, welcome to Kim and Reggie Harris. Hi, you guys.
Hey Matt, how you doing?
Hi.
I
Great
haven't
to
seen
see you.
Dr. Kim since she became a doctor, I don't think. So good to see you. So good. What are you guys gonna do for us today?
We are going to do one of the great songs of the Civil Rights Movement, a song that talked about what people were facing down in Mississippi and Alabama, been down into the South.
All right.
So we're going to just do a little. It's call and response, so you don't have to worry about the words.
Mhm.
Your answer to our call is been down into the
And
South.
the nice thing about both of us being here is that you
Yes.
can do the call and I'll do the
Isn't
response.
that amazing?
And it's incredible.
That's
So,
remarkable.
yeah.
It's almost as if we've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Well, we'll move on. So I just oh yeah, I forgot that note. Oh, there we are.
There
I
it
was I was
is.
right. I was right. Okay, fine.
Mhm.
So I will be the griot this morning,
Woo!
or this afternoon, or wherever it is
Wherever
you
you
are.
are. Yeah.
And so I will sing something that sounds like this. Well, I never been to heaven, but I think
And
I'm
I
right.
sing, been down into the South,
Folks up there both black and white.
been down into the South.
Then we all sing together. Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom.
Been
Been
down
down
into
into
the
the South.
South.
Now, don't forget about that hand clapping
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Take
everybody,
out your hands.
get your hands, get them warmed up. Yes, indeedy. I don't know if anybody got up or at some point
No,
did you. Well, I was up way too
you
late
were up early.
watching way too many Olympics. But
I was
anyway.
not. I was sleeping soundly this morning, but
Mhm.
now we're singing into the
All
afternoon.
right. So
So,
when we get to that part that everybody does together.
hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom.
Been
Been
down
down
into
into
the
the
South. Here we
South.
go. Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right.
Been down into the South.
I don't want to go without my civil rights.
Been down into the
And we
South.
sing
Hallelujah,
hallelujah, freedom.
freedom.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
freedom.
freedom. been down into the South.
I've been walking around to spread the news.
Been down into the South.
And now I got holes in all my shoes.
Been down into the
And
South.
we sing, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom.
Been down into the South.
Well, if you don't think I've been through hell,
Been down into the South.
just follow me down to Parchment Jail.
Been down into the South.
Hey, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, oh, Hallelujah, freedom.
Been down into the South.
Now, the only thing that we did wrong
Been down into the South.
was stay in the wilderness a day too long.
Been down into the
And
South.
we sing Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom.
Been down into the South.
Yeah, but the only thing that we did right
Been down into the South.
was on that day we took up the fight.
Been down into the
And we
South.
sing Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom.
Been down into the South.
Well, I've never been to heaven, but I think I'm right.
Been down into the South.
I don't want to go without my voting rights.
Been down into the
And we
South.
sing Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South, sing Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom, Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
great. Man, oh man. Well, I think I speak for everybody when I say we all feel better when you guys are around. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I love getting to sing that song. Now, Reggie, speaking of been down into the South, don't you have a Living Legacy pilgrimage coming up?
Got a Living Legacy pilgrimage coming up, and we need people on the bus. This one is coming up in October from the 15th to the 20th.
Okay.
And this pilgrimage will go to the state of Mississippi.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a really amazing journey. Not that they aren't all amazing, but this one we're adding some new elements. And one of those will be to add a couple of spots that have to do with blues in Mississippi. And we have this fabulous song leader who will be leading this journey. One of the folks from the Highlander Folk Center. Will be coming in. Sister Zafara will be joining us, and not only with stories about Mississippi, but also stories from the Highlander Folk Center, which of course was a centerpiece of civil rights action. So,
Yes, indeed.
so you should go on livinglegacypilgrimage.org. livinglegacypilgrimage.org and register now and take a friend with you. This is an amazing journey, especially here in an election year.
Yes, wow, that is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, I was hearing stories and seeing posts from the time that you and Matt were a part of that Swananoa gathering. So I want to hear a little bit more about that.
Well, it's amazing because Matt, of course, is the coordinator of Traditional Songs Week at Swananoa. So, Matt, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. We had, as we always do, just another amazing week. Reggie was there, as well as our friend Robert Jones, who's been on this before. A whole bunch of folks who have been on the Daily Antidote of Songs were there teaching. And in fact, this whole summer has been filled with wonderful camps. And if you're not familiar with how these camps work, they're everywhere. Swananoa is a wonderful one that I have a personal connection to. But I was also at Augusta. We already mentioned TradMad. We've mentioned they're all over the place. Didn't you just do the summer songs?
Yeah, and that was another phenomenal week in Connecticut.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know how they work, it's basically you come and you take classes during the day and you sing or play or learn all day and all night long. And it builds community in a way that that this does. You know, it's
Yes.
because it's consistent and it's musical and it forms bonds that are hard to even describe. And Reggie, as does the Living Legacy Project, which is something I've been a part of as well. It is amazing. I strongly recommend that you sign up in October because you will not come out of that the same way going in. But could you tell me a little bit like, how does a song like the one you just sang fit into something like that? Why is
Yeah.
it
Now,
that of
didn't it
all,
come from
why don't,
another?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't it come from another song? What was
It
the?
came from a spiritual called Bend Down into the Sea. And this was a
Ah.
song that Bob Zellner, excuse me, who I got to interview back in May.
Mhm.
Bob Zellner, one of the song leaders and the first white civil rights volunteer for the Student Nonviolent.
For the
Oh my!
Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll play the dummy here.
I'll put
Uh,
my hand back there and go, okay, that's
So Bob Zellner, it's got a fantastic, phenomenal story. He's still around and he's still working hard for freedom and justice. But he was from a family in Alabama that had a long history of being in the Klan, and he came out of that family
Mm.
and became one of the leaders in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and also was one of the people who took that spiritual "Bend Down into the Sea" and formed those verses to talk about what they were finding true in the civil rights movement.
Which
And
is
of course, that was a very common thing, was it not, to take the old spirituals and turn them into songs? I mean, still being done today, I believe.
absolutely. I
Well,
mean, I just taught, because I was actually on Daily Antidote of Song while I was at Xavier University in Louisiana teaching a 3-week grad course on the spirituals. And of course, one of the things that we did was to talk about how the spirituals have been used and evolved into different kinds of songs. While they don't necessarily lose their original meanings, they don't just go away, but what you sing and how you sing it. And what was incredible about that week was that at the first week, I was telling the students stories about Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagan.
mm,
I
Uh,
started telling them stories and we sang, over my head and talked about how she, changed that to freedom in the air. And then, a week and a half later, I came in. I said, you are not going to believe this, but she has joined the ancestors. So you certainly are
it's sort of
remembering
like
her.
the Olympics. She passed the torch,
Yes,
she
she did.
did.
and we were all trying to pick it up and run with it.
Hmm.
One of the things I did at Swananoa actually was exactly the same. I was using the spirituals to talk about ways in which we can invigorate and inspire our audiences now as we continue to build community and bond for getting people out to vote and for getting people to make changes in our society. So,
Absolutely. But you know what, Reggie? Enough about us. Matt, what are you up to?
oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
That's
No.
right.
Yeah,
It's
we were
never
fine with
enough.
it.
It's never enough of you two. I could
Well,
listen
no,
all
but
all day.
you are also you are absolutely these days one of the people I always hold up as being one of the people who are starting song circles and teaching people how to get to the core of songs and share them as a song leader.
Well,
So what are you doing?
yeah, and well, I'm continuing to do that very work, and they're since you finally came out of the pandemic, they're all coming back again. I lead sometimes as many as 5 or 6 local community sings here in the Detroit area,
Hmm.
usually done in libraries. It's the idea of getting, it's really what it is. It's just reminding us that singing is something that used to be a regular part of our culture. And it
Yes.
feels like preaching to the choir here, but it's a new thing for a lot of people. And when we gather in a circle, we don't ask people who they voted for. We don't ask people anything except welcome in and let's sing. And I'm gonna take it back to you guys because you could go on all kinds of different pilgrimages down in the civil rights world, down in Mississippi and Alabama. But what sets, I think, Living Legacy apart is the component of singing. So why is it that important that we also get them singing, do you think?
Well, as we know, and I always go back to Bernice Johnson Reagan, who said, singing is so important because it makes things possible. It changes the way that your brain and your body resonate.
And it changes the air in the room, as she used to love to say.
So, the important thing of getting, and we know that it was the singing that was the glue to the movement, the singing that got people out of the tremendous oppression and the feelings that they had about being less than, and hearing the voices of others just had them connected, realizing that people, were going through the same things that they were going through. And that is a very human connection that then makes it possible for us to stop thinking that we personally have to change the world.
It's we collectively.
Yeah.
And of course, in the spirituals, when you say the word I, you mean we. So that's just how it goes. And people brought that with them. I mean, I've been writing an article about spirituals and how, they brought their African traditions and cultural ways and musical ways with them and into that singing. And that's all way at the base of these incredible songs.
And as Maya Angelou said, we have all been bought and sold. So regardless of your color, regardless of your background, regardless of what your people have been through, we realize that the oppression that happens in the world happens to all of us. And it's through all of us that we will make change.
Absolutely.
And
So,
you know what?
oh, go ahead.
It doesn't cost anything to get together with people and do what we're doing right now. It doesn't cost a cent to gather in a library or a church basement and just start singing songs together. I think we're going to need it more in the next few months than maybe we have in the last 40 years or so. So this would
Absolutely.
be a good time to just get together and do exactly what Kim and Reggie are talking about, sing together.
And it
And
would be
wait
a
a minute,
wonderful
I
time
love
to,
that he's singing in libraries. I just think that's the coolest thing.
I hope you're singing loud.
Yeah, that's right.
They really are the perfect space for it because people, it brings in all kinds of folks. People are used to going to the library. There's
Yeah.
usually a good room there for singing too,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
a
Well, it
community
would
room.
also be a
So,
wonderful time to go to livinglegacypilgrimage.org
yep.
and call up a friend and say, hey, why don't we go on this journey
On a
together?
civil rights pilgrimage.
October
Wow.
15th through the 20th, you will not be disappointed.
No, you will not come out of it the same. I'm telling you, you will look at the
Absolutely.
world in a different way once you've done one of these things.
And hey, how about if we
Any,
sing some more? You
Nah.
ready?
it's right before we do. Is there anything else coming up, you guys? Is there anything that you
Oh,
want?
yes, yes, yes. Actually, Reggie and I are going to be just outside of Pittsburgh, uh,
Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Indiana,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. I guess it's
September the
more than
7th.
just outside. I
Well,
wouldn't want to
yeah, I wouldn't
walk,
want, yeah,
right?
really.
Yeah, okay. Yes, and we'll be there. I think it's like September the
It
7th.
is.
Might be the 6th and 7th. We'll be there. And it is a festival, and it's about the Underground Railroad. So they invited us to
Wow.
come and to do a concert about songs of the Underground Railroad, but also to do a workshop about that. So if you are in driving distance of Indiana, Pennsylvania, uh, come and see us there. It'd be fantastic.
And
And
if
I
you
should
happen to be
mention
in
too that if
Tennessee, oh, what was
oh,
that,
I
Matt?
was going to say, if you're anywhere near Winfield, Kansas on the 19th,
Uh-huh.
Robert Jones and I are going to be at the Walnut Valley Folk Festival. I'm really looking forward to that
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
that's a great festival.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've always wanted to play it, so this will be fun. I could sit and look and talk to you guys all day long. I miss you. Every time you're gone, I miss you. So, shall we sing our
Yeah,
song one
it's
more
good to
time
see you
together?
again. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then you
did want
got
to
something
mention
going this
Yes.
that
weekend?
this weekend,
Yes.
if you happen to be in Tennessee or just feel the call to go there, Greg Greenway and I will be doing two performances of Deeper Than the Skin. On Friday night, we'll be in Gray, Tennessee, and you can check this on my website,
I
reggieharrismusic.com.
think it's in the chat. They've got the link in
Read
there
the
and
chat.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
So
where
Um,
is
then on
Gray,
Sat,
Tennessee? Where
yeah,
is that, Reggie? Is that what
it's
part of the state?
you
it's
said
in
something about the Virginia border.
yeah,
You
it's
Oh,
know?
okay.
I can't speak on that right now. I haven't had
You
enough
just go
coffee.
there. You don't know where it
Go
is.
there.
You just
No, yeah, I just look at the page and go to where it says. But on Saturday we'll be in Nashville,
Hmm.
and also two Unitarian congregations are hosting us Friday and Saturday. Deeper Than the Skin, and it's on my website and you can check it. It's on Greg Greenway's website. And we'll be doing our Deeper Than Skin presentation there, which will include some singing. So,
Uh-huh. And I'm getting ready to go back out to California because the semester starts on the 25th.
Dr. Kim in the house.
Yeah, or whatever that Monday is. But then I will be back, of course, for Indiana, Pennsylvania.
So, Kim,
all
will
right,
you be
let's
teaching? Will you be teaching classes this coming semester?
Yes, I'm
What do you
teaching.
teach?
Well, the lower level class that I teach for that first year coming in, and they're already starting to email me because they're nervous, is a survey of major religious traditions. It's called In Search of a Way.
Oh,
And
that
I love
sounds
to
good.
teach that because I say to them, it's the most important class you're going to take. And they all laugh at me. And I say, well, wait until you fall in love with someone Hindu, or, you're working with a group of people and you don't know what their holidays are, so that's what we do. The upper level class is the cross and the lynching
Oh,
tree.
man. Oh, gee.
And that's about Black liberation theology. And we study James Cone, and we study Dolores Williams, womanist theology, and of course we sing. All my classes go, we gotta sing. I'm like, yes, you do.
Of course they do. Are you
Of course
kidding?
they should.
You should
Little
have known
do
what you
they
got
know.
yourself into.
That's right.
Well, let's sing again, shall we?
Yeah, you got your note?
Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right.
Been down into the south.
Folks up there both black and white.
Been down into the south.
Sing
Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the south.
Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right.
Been down into the south.
I don't want to go without my civil rights.
Been down into the
and
south.
we sing
Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the south.
Well, if you don't think I've been through hell,
Been down into the south.
just follow me down to Parchment Jail.
Been down into the
and
south.
we sing
Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the south.
Now the only thing that we did wrong
Been down into the south.
was stay in the wilderness a day too long.
Been down into the
and
south.
we sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the south. Yeah, but the only thing that we did right
Been down into the south.
was on that day we took up the fight.
Been down into the
and
south.
we sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the south. Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right.
Been down into the south.
I don't want to go with my voting rights.
Been down into the
and we
south.
sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Oh,
Been down into the south.
Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the south.
Kim and Reggie Harris, you are treasures. Treasures.
Well, so are you, Matt Watroba.
That's right. Great to see you. And great to see everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So
Lovely to see your faces.
We'll see you somewhere along the road, somewhere soon.
And hopefully we'll see you at 1,591, because that will be tomorrow. And let's just another shout out to all the folks that make this thing run at Daily Antidote, a song, and for Carpe Diem Arts for keeping all this going. I'm just amazed that you've been able to pull this off. It's just a delight to see. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.